Welcome to another fascinating exploration of African sexual practices. Today we're diving into a tradition that may be perplexing at first, bathing in cow dung. Stay with us to the end as we uncover the cultural significance and deeper meanings of this practice. From the lush pastures of Africa to the intimate rituals of its communities. Bee stings. Alright, let's dive into the fascinating world of African sexual practices. Have you ever wondered how different cultures around the world approach intimacy and pleasure? Well, in certain African tribes, there's a tradition that might seem quite unique to outsiders: bee stinging. Picture this: a couple, deeply in love, preparing for a special night together. But instead of reaching for conventional methods of arousal, they turn to nature's tiny but powerful creatures, bees. In some African cultures, particularly in regions where bees are abundant, couples engage in a ritual involving the stings of these insects as a form of stimulation and arousal. You might be wondering, why on earth would anyone subject themselves to the pain of bee stings in the name of pleasure? Well, for these tribes, it's believed that the venom from bee stings has aphrodisiac properties, heightening sensitivity and arousal. The stings are carefully administered to certain parts of the body, stimulating nerves and increasing blood flow, which in turn can intensify sexual pleasure. But it's not just about physical sensation. For these communities, the ritual of bee stinging is deeply intertwined with cultural beliefs and traditions. Of course, bee stinging is not without its risks. Allergic reactions to bee venom can be serious, and improper administration of the stings can lead to pain or injury. That's why these rituals are often performed under the guidance of experienced elders or community members who understand the intricacies of bee stinging and can ensure the safety of those involved. So the next time you think about unconventional sexual practices, remember that for some African tribes, bee stinging is more than just a quirky tradition. It's a meaningful ritual that speaks to the deep connection between humans, nature, and the pursuit of pleasure. It is also known that bee stings can be used to improve immunity, because health has always been the most important thing in everyone's life. That's why our team strongly recommends you to look after your health and take out a health insurance with ECTA Traveling. Follow the link and get a 37% discount. Bathing in cow dung. What if I told you that in some corners of Africa, intimacy and fertility are believed to be enhanced through a practice that might seem unconventional to outsiders? In certain African communities, there's a tradition that might seem unusual to outsiders: cow dung bathing. Imagine a pastoral landscape where cattle roam freely and the earth is rich with the scent of livestock. For some tribes in Africa, particularly those with a strong connection to cattle and agriculture, cow dung holds a special significance beyond its agricultural uses. It's believed that bathing in a mixture of cow dung and water can enhance sexual pleasure and fertility. Now, you might be wrinkling your nose at the thought of bathing in dung, but for these communities, it's more than just a practical matter. It's a sacred ritual deeply rooted in cultural beliefs. Cow dung is seen as a symbol of fertility and abundance, and by immersing themselves in it, individuals hope to harness its potent energy to enhance their own fertility and sexual vitality. The process of cow dung bathing is typically performed in a ceremonial manner, with specific rituals and prayers offered to honor the earth and the animals that provide for the community. The dung is mixed with water to create a thick paste, which is then applied to the body and left to dry before being washed off. But why cow dung, you might ask? Well, for these tribes, cows are not just livestock. They're revered as sacred animals, symbols of wealth, and sources of sustenance. Cow dung is seen as a gift from these revered creatures, imbued with their life-giving energy and fertility. In addition to its supposed aphrodisiac properties, cow dung is also believed to have cleansing and purifying qualities, both physically and spiritually. By bathing in it, individuals seek to cleanse themselves of impurities and negative energies, paving the way for a deeper connection with their partners and with the natural world around them. So the next time you find yourself hesitating at the idea of bathing in cow dung, remember that for some African tribes, it's not just about cleanliness. It's about embracing the sacred bond between humans, animals, and the land, and celebrating the abundance of life in all its forms. Would you like to explore another fascinating African sexual practice? Ritual drumming. Ever pondered the depths of human ingenuity in seeking pleasure and connection with nature? Embark on a journey into the intriguing realm of African traditions with this captivating exploration. Imagine a world where intimacy intertwines with the natural world in unexpected ways. In certain African tribes, a unique tradition transcends conventional practices, drawing couples into a ritual that taps into the essence of the earth itself. Picture a moonlit night in the heart of Africa, where the air is alive with the primal pulse of drums. In certain African cultures, couples engage in a unique ritual that harmonizes the rhythm of their bodies with the beat of ceremonial drumming. In this tradition, the pounding of drums serves as more than just a musical accompaniment. It becomes a conduit for passion, a pathway to deeper connection between partners. As the rhythmic beats fill the air, couples move in sync with the music, their bodies entwined in a dance of desire and intimacy. But why drumming, you might ask? For these tribes, music is not just entertainment, it's a sacred language, a means of communicating with the divine and channeling spiritual energy. The drumbeat represents the heartbeat of the earth itself, a primal force that pulses through all living things. As couples engage in this ritual, they are not just engaging in physical intimacy. They are tapping into the ancient wisdom of their ancestors, honoring the cycles of nature, and celebrating the power of love and connection. However, this practice is not without its challenges. In modern times, traditional rituals like drumming face threats from societal changes and technological advances. Yet, for many African communities, preserving these cultural practices is essential for maintaining a sense of identity and connection to their heritage. So the next time you hear the rhythmic beat of drums echoing through the night, remember that for some African tribes, it's not just music. It's a sacred ritual that celebrates the timeless bond between humans, nature, and the rhythms of life. This fact must have made your head spin. If it is true, then please support our channel. We really need your likes and subscriptions for our efforts. Well, we continue our journey. Sanding. Can you imagine the inventive ways in which cultures harness their environment for intimate pleasure? In desert regions, where the sand stretches endlessly under the scorching sun, couples engage in a unique form of foreplay known as sand rubbing. This practice involves gently rubbing each other's bodies with sand, believed to heighten sensitivity and pleasure. The concept behind sand rubbing is rooted in the idea that the fine grains of sand can stimulate the nerve endings in the skin, increasing sensitivity and arousal. Couples often engage in this ritual before intimate moments, using the natural resources around them to enhance their connection and enjoyment. Despite its seemingly unconventional nature, sand rubbing holds deep cultural significance in these communities. It's not just about physical pleasure. It's also about connecting with the earth and embracing the natural elements that surround them. The ritual of sand rubbing is often performed in a secluded spot in the desert, away from prying eyes and distractions. As the couple's bodies become coated in sand, they become attuned to each other's touch, heightening the intimacy of the experience. But sand rubbing is more than just a physical act. It's a symbolic gesture of love and connection, a way for couples to express their devotion to each other and to the land that sustains them. In a harsh and unforgiving environment like the desert, these moments of intimacy take on added significance, serving as a reminder of the resilience and strength of the human spirit. So the next time you find yourself walking on the sandy dunes of the desert, remember the hidden depths of intimacy that lie beneath the surface. For some African tribes, sand rubbing is not just a practice. It's a celebration of love, pleasure, and the enduring bond between partners. Well, we're moving on to the next fact: lengthening of the tongue. Have you ever considered the unexpected ways in which cultural rituals can intertwine with physical traits? Prepare to discover a tradition from Africa that might challenge your understanding. What if I told you that in certain tribes in Africa, men undergo a unique practice to enhance their abilities in a particular aspect of intimacy? Imagine a scene where cultural beliefs intersect with physical modification. In some African communities, men partake in a ritual that involves elongating their tongues through a series of ceremonies and practices. This elongation is not merely for cosmetic purposes, but is believed to enhance their prowess in pleasuring their partners orally. The process of tongue elongation begins at a young age, with boys undergoing various rituals and exercises designed to stretch their tongues gradually over time. These rituals are often overseen by experienced elders or practitioners who understand the intricacies of the process and ensure its safety. But why go to such lengths, you might wonder? In these tribes, oral pleasure is highly valued, and the ability to provide it is considered a mark of masculinity and virility. By elongating their tongues, men aim to demonstrate their dedication to their partner's pleasure and to elevate their status within the community. Furthermore, tongue elongation is often intertwined with spiritual beliefs and cultural traditions. It's seen as a way to connect with ancestors and to channel their wisdom and power in matters of intimacy. In some cases, the process of tongue elongation is accompanied by rituals and ceremonies that invoke blessings from the spirits. Of course, tongue elongation is not without its risks. The process can be painful and may lead to complications if not done properly. However, for many men in these tribes, the potential benefits outweigh the risks, and they are willing to undergo the process in pursuit of enhanced intimacy and connection with their partners. So the next time you hear about unusual cultural practices, remember that for some African tribes, tongue elongation is more than just a physical modification. It's a deeply meaningful ritual that reflects cultural values, spiritual beliefs, and the pursuit of pleasure and connection. Let's continue our journey. Spanking leaves. Ever pondered the depths of creativity and intimacy? What if I told you that in certain African communities, couples engage in a practice that involves using an unconventional tool for pleasure? Imagine a scene where the boundaries between nature and intimacy blur. In some African tribes, couples engage in a ritual involving the use of large leaves for sensory stimulation during sexual encounters. This practice, known as leaf spanking, may seem unusual at first glance, but it holds deep cultural significance for these communities. The use of large leaves for sensory stimulation is believed to enhance pleasure and arousal by increasing blood flow and sensitivity to touch. Couples engage in this ritual as a form of foreplay, using the leaves to gently caress and spank each other's bodies in a rhythmic manner. But why leaves, you might wonder? For these tribes, leaves are symbols of nature's bounty and fertility, and incorporating them into intimate rituals is a way to honor the earth and its gifts. Additionally, the texture and shape of the leaves are thought to provide unique sensations that heighten arousal and pleasure. Leaf spanking is often performed in a ceremonial context, with specific rituals and prayers offered to invoke blessings from ancestors and nature spirits. It's seen as a way to not only enhance physical pleasure, but also to strengthen the bond between partners and connect with the spiritual realm. Of course, leaf spanking is not without its nuances and complexities. The practice is guided by cultural norms and traditions, and its significance may vary from one community to another. However, for many couples in these tribes, leaf spanking is a cherished ritual that adds depth and meaning to their intimate relationships. So the next time you hear about unconventional sexual practices, remember that for some African tribes, leaf spanking is more than just a physical act. It's a sacred ritual that celebrates the union of love, nature, and pleasure. Shall we delve into another captivating African sexual practice? Crocodile tooth necklaces. Can you envision the unique adornments and symbols used in intimate rituals? What if I told you that in certain African tribes, couples adorn themselves with a rather unconventional accessory during intimate moments? Imagine a scene where tradition intertwines with spirituality. In some African communities, couples wear necklaces made of crocodile teeth during sexual encounters. These necklaces, believed to enhance virility and protect against malevolent spirits, hold a special significance within these cultures. The use of crocodile teeth necklaces is rooted in cultural beliefs and spiritual practices. Crocodiles are revered as powerful and ancient creatures, symbols of strength, fertility, and protection. Wearing necklaces adorned with their teeth is believed to imbue individuals with these qualities, enhancing their prowess and ensuring a successful union. But why crocodile teeth, you might wonder? For these tribes, the teeth of the crocodile are seen as potent talismans, capable of warding off evil spirits and bestowing blessings upon those who wear them. Additionally, the sharpness and durability of crocodile teeth are thought to symbolize resilience and endurance in matters of intimacy. The process of obtaining crocodile teeth and crafting them into necklaces is often steeped in ritual and ceremony. It may involve hunting the crocodile, a dangerous and challenging endeavor that requires courage and skill. Once obtained, the teeth are carefully cleansed and consecrated before being fashioned into necklaces. During intimate moments, wearing these necklaces is believed to heighten arousal and passion, while also providing protection against negative energies and spiritual disturbances. Couples engage in this ritual with reverence and respect, honoring the traditions passed down through generations. Of course, the significance of crocodile teeth necklaces may vary from one tribe to another, and the practice itself may evolve over time. But for many African communities, these necklaces are more than just accessories. They're symbols of cultural heritage, spiritual connection, and the enduring power of love. So the next time you hear about unconventional adornments in intimate rituals, remember that for some African tribes, crocodile teeth necklaces are more than just decorative. They're sacred talismans that embody the essence of strength, protection, and potency. This fact must have made your head spin. If it is true, then please support our channel. We really need your likes and subscriptions for our efforts, while we continue our journey. Marriage dances. Have you ever considered the profound significance of dance in expressing desire and connection? What if I told you that in certain African tribes, intricate dances serve not only as a form of courtship, but also as a pathway to heightened desire and attraction? Imagine a scene where the rhythm of life pulses through every movement. In some African communities, couples engage in elaborate mating dances as part of their courtship rituals. These dances are not just displays of skill and coordination, but are deeply intertwined with cultural beliefs about love, fertility, and connection. The intricate movements of these dances are believed to stimulate desire and attraction between partners. As they sway and twirl in sync with the music, couples create a mesmerizing display of unity and passion, drawing upon centuries-old traditions to express their longing and devotion. But why dance, you might wonder? For these tribes, dance is more than just a physical activity. It's a language of the soul, a way to communicate emotions and desires that words alone cannot express. Through dance, couples forge a deep bond with each other and with the natural world around them, tapping into the primal rhythms of life itself. The mating dances are often accompanied by music, song, and storytelling, creating a rich tapestry of sensory experiences that heighten arousal and deepen connection. It's not uncommon for these dances to culminate in intimate moments between partners, as the energy and passion of the dance spill over into physical expression. Of course, the significance of mating dances may vary from one tribe to another, with each community infusing its own unique customs and beliefs into the practice. But for many African cultures, these dances are a cherished tradition that celebrates the beauty of love and the power of human connection. So the next time you witness a dance that seems to transcend the ordinary, remember that for some African tribes, it's not just a performance. It's a sacred ritual that speaks to the timeless longing for love, desire, and unity. This fact was very interesting, but believe me further, facts will make you completely change your worldview of this continent. Ingestion of ant poison. Can you imagine the transformative power of natural elements as aphrodisiacs? Prepare to journey into the realm of African traditions where unconventional methods are used to enhance desire and pleasure. What if I told you that in certain African cultures, couples partake in a practice that involves ingesting a potent substance derived from an unexpected source? Imagine a scene where the secrets of nature hold the key to heightened passion. In some African tribes, couples ingest small amounts of ant venom as an aphrodisiac, believing it to enhance sexual desire and stamina. But why ant venom, you might wonder? For these tribes, ants are revered for their industriousness, strength, and resilience. It's believed that by consuming ant venom, individuals can imbue themselves with these qualities, leading to a heightened state of arousal and energy during intimate moments. The process of obtaining ant venom and preparing it for consumption is often steeped in ritual and ceremony. It may involve collecting ants from their nests and extracting the venom using traditional methods passed down through generations. Once obtained, the venom is carefully diluted and ingested in small doses, with couples often partaking in the ritual together to strengthen their bond and connection. While the idea of ingesting ant venom may seem unusual, for many African tribes it's a deeply ingrained tradition that speaks to their connection with the natural world and their belief in the power of natural remedies. Ant venom is seen not only as a physical stimulant, but also as a symbol of vitality and resilience, qualities that are essential for a fulfilling and passionate intimate life. Of course, the practice of ingesting ant venom may not be without its risks, and it's important for individuals to exercise caution and moderation. But for many couples in these tribes, the benefits outweigh the potential drawbacks, and they continue to embrace this age-old tradition as a way to enhance their intimacy and connection with each other. So the next time you hear about unconventional aphrodisiacs, remember that for some African tribes, ant venom is more than just a substance. It's a sacred elixir that symbolizes the eternal dance of desire, passion, and vitality. Ritual with fire. Ever pondered the ways in which fire can ignite passion and desire? What if I told you that in certain African tribes, couples engage in a practice that involves harnessing the primal energy of fire to enhance their intimate connections? Imagine a scene where flickering flames cast a warm glow upon the faces of lovers. In some African communities, couples participate in a ritual where they engage in sexual activity near a ceremonial fire. This practice, known as the fire ritual, is believed to imbue participants with passion, energy, and a deep sense of connection. But why fire, you might wonder? For these tribes, fire is a symbol of life, warmth, and transformation. It's believed that by surrounding themselves with its radiant energy, couples can tap into its primal power to enhance their physical and emotional connection. The fire ritual is often performed in a ceremonial setting, with specific rituals and prayers offered to honor the elements and invoke blessings from ancestors and nature spirits. As the flames dance and crackle, couples engage in intimate acts, allowing the heat and energy of the fire to heighten their sensations and deepen their bond. In addition to its symbolic significance, fire also has practical benefits in the context of intimacy. The warmth of the flames can create a comfortable and inviting atmosphere, while the soft glow of light adds a touch of romance and mystery to the proceedings. Of course, participating in the fire ritual requires careful preparation and respect for the elements involved. Safety measures are essential to ensure that the flames remain controlled and that participants do not come to harm. But for many couples in these tribes, the fire ritual is more than just a physical act. It's a sacred practice that honors the eternal dance of passion and desire, and celebrates the profound connection between humans, nature, and the elements. So the next time you find yourself captivated by the mesmerizing dance of flames, remember that for some African tribes, fire is not just a source of warmth and light. It's a powerful symbol of love, passion, and the eternal cycle of life. To showcase your profound connection with the captivating revelations about African sexual practices, please drop fire in the comments. From bee stinging to fire rituals, we've explored the rich tapestry of traditions that reflect the deep cultural heritage of Africa. If you found this exploration enlightening, don't forget to share your thoughts by subscribing to our channel and engaging with us in the comments section. Thank you for embarking on this journey into the heart of African culture with us.